So the last screencast that I would like to create for this series is based on a program called GradeCam. This program was introduced to me at one of our seminar classes earlier this winter, and I just thought it was such a cool application that while whoever was presenting their information on it and how you can use it, I downloaded the program, created some fake quizzes, and practiced it right then and there. It's a little rude considering someone was presenting on it, but I was so excited that I went ahead and started utilizing it as quickly as possible. So GradeCam is a very quick assessment tool that can be easily implemented into any classroom. I've been using it within my English 10 class throughout the semester and find it to be a really great resource as an exit pass especially. I like using it as an exit pass and base it on a series of questions related to the lesson that I created before class started. Students can submit these checks and use it as their exit pass to leave the room, and later on I go through, enter the information, and then I can plan accordingly for my next lesson. So what you do to start off a GradeCam assignment or project is open up your preferred browser. Again, mine's Firefox, and I'll push the black hole one more time, use it, I'm sure it saves energy. I don't have it bookmarked, but I do just go through and type in GradeCam and something pops up, but let's make sure we go to the main page. So we go to GradeCam here where we grade with a camera, easily understandable. Making an account is pretty straightforward. It's just like with any other website in general. If you need to make an account, you would do login, sign in, or create account. You can sign up for free right here, and that takes you through the necessary steps. I was sure to link this with my school address because I didn't want my UAF address, email address I should specify, linked up with this in any way. So I will go ahead and log in, and as you can see I have it linked up with my North Star address, which is just more professional in general. And even if you made it to this point and you didn't have an account, you could sign up here. Totally free, not an issue. Password is already auto-populated, or I could change it from here. So I just keep going in with the login process. For this, I'm going to be sure to kind of sit off to the side so my face doesn't just pop up with the camera, which it tends to do. I went through and deleted a bunch of these earlier, but I have a few saved from the beginning and most recently from today that I used for the Roman Republic. So with these, here's a sample. So if I go to my grammar lab, I've already created this lesson. Again, I'm kind of scooted off to the side. This is the camera. I went through and entered in scores, and you can kind of see the really quick layout. I have this issued for my English 10 class. Again, it's the only one that I use. And scores are assessed accordingly. The green means they're good to go, they passed. Red means that they need to try again. And that's for a 7 or less that they earned on here. So let's go back to the home page and look at these bad boys. So if I needed to, like I had it before, I had a bunch of assignments here. So if I wanted to go real quick, I could just find an assignment by searching the name here. For example, grammar. These are the ones that start off with grammar that pop up. So since I don't need that anymore, I'll, get at the, I went way too far, I got excited. I'll just go back to where I was, sorry about that. So since I no longer needed that search, we'll just get rid of that search and just be careful with that. You can also see the date that it was issued and how many times it was scanned through. I have 26 students total in the class, but I like to account for absences, so you could see that some kids were missing some days. And then I just graded their quizzes manually later when they got here the next day. I usually don't assess points for these because it's sort of my quick check, and I don't have an issue with students willingly participating in things. But I anticipate that if I had students that gave me trouble when it came to participation or doing assignments that I asked them, then I would give them points. But this is just my quick reference, and they understand that, and so I think that kind of frees them up from being too stressed out about having a quiz nearly every day. So if I want to create an assignment, I go to, obviously, create, and I type in the name of the assignment here. So let's go with Testaroni again. This is going to be an exam. I can have up to 10 questions for this. Usually I do 5 or 6 just to make it nice. I usually do 5 regular questions and 1 bonus question, so I usually assess out of 5 just because I like to do that. I don't like asking far too many questions because I like to keep this as like a 5-minute activity to use at the end of the class. I can put in a description. So this is my wicked awesome assignment to use at the end of class. Everybody should use this program. Excellent. So I'm going to go with done. I'm also going to move out of the way here. So this is where I put in my answer key. Let's just have fun with this, A, B, and sometimes I do responses like this, or even like this, just to kind of mess with the kids, let them play with some multiple choice stuff using process of elimination guessing, and also just kind of mess them up. They know for the most part that I do these things for my entertainment beyond anything else, and they're okay with it. So after you put in your answers, you do next. You can also scan answers at that point if you want to, but I usually just save on paper and save 1 less answer key. So if I were to take, let's go with this student, if it will do it. Sometimes it's a little finicky, so I can press this up on here and it's not going to do it, of course. Usually if GradeCam isn't entering something automatically or very quickly, then not only do I get a little irritated, but I just enter in grades later. It'll tell me it's having difficulty, can't read it, you have to work on lighting, zoom, focus, all these things, and so I just sort of play with the screen until it picks something up. It'd be nice if I could show something here. And this is also why I don't use this program in the class at the end and have students do it. I did it once and it worked out really well and everything scanned perfectly, but it seems to not be the case as often. Sometimes I have serious issues, other times I don't. And of course it's not going to do it now that I'm creating a video based on it. So maybe it's because I'm recording it. We'll just go with that assumption and just say that yes, this is an incredible program, everybody should use it. So usually what happens, say if I hold up this sheet of paper with the filled in bubbles, and it is very important to fill in, haha, there's one. So this student earned a 3 out of 5, or got 3 out of 5 questions right. So she earned a 60%, so that tells me that I need to go through and reteach that. See if I can get 1 more to go automatically here. No, keep trying for 1 more and then I might just give up. You can enter these online, but of course all the students that earn bad scores are on here. But I don't do that because I just don't see the point, and it's almost faster than to just look right off the bat. Oh right, of course they got it wrong. I put in a fake answer key. So you can see that, oh no, all my students just failed this, so now I have to do something else. So I would do next and see a nice average score grades. It breaks it down, so I like looking at it from the item analysis, which tells me here's question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The majority of the students then got question 1 wrong. Majority of the students, or low majority, got it right. So on and so forth. And you can see this breakdown. I can also look by student and just see which one earned which grade. It usually puts the lowest on top and the highest on bottom, which then gives me a breakdown so I can pay closer attention to those specific students. So what I do with this information is after I go through and I read these scores and I see, oh no, the class got a 33%, I'm a failure as a teacher, then I can go through and make some changes so I can understand that I need to reteach this lesson first thing in the morning just so we can have a better understanding. And then at the end of the class I'd issue a new GradeCam quiz that I created in my copious free time during the class, and then that way I can reevaluate and just keep going back to these ideas so that everybody can be on more or less the same page. That's easiest to do when you look at the item analysis. Again, I'm a big fan of this part because I can see that, alright, I'm pretty okay with number 2, assuming that this were better, and I'm pretty okay with number 5, but we really have to focus on these other bad boys because something is missing here. I can also print these scores. Pretty much any of these reports can be printed, although I tend not to do so because it's a waste of paper. So once I'm done with that, I can just move on with my life, say done, and either enter in a new quiz or do something different. I like showing the kids the screen because they find it incredibly interesting, and I think that that's a good way to keep them engaged and to move on with what they have going on. So with all that being said, that is a brief look into GradeCam. I suggest anybody and everybody, plus their grandma, uses this program within their classroom. It's a great check for you. It's interactive and cool for the kids, and I haven't had any issues with it other than some minor freeze-ups when going through to scan and grade. So I hope that was helpful, hope that was useful. Thank you for listening and watching, and have a great rest of your day.